It's playoff time in Oklahoma City, and InsideThunder.com presents the Thunder Game Report, powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance Agency, giving you the best value for your insurance dollar.
First, I'd like to congratulate the Thunder on a great season and a great series. I have a lot of friends in that organization, and I know, starting with Clay Bennett, how well run it is. With Sammy and Scotty, their players, their staffs, they do a fantastic job, and we really have a lot of respect for them, and that's why I have to be honest, this victory is really sweet because we know we played one hell of a team, and we take great satisfaction in that because they are so special, and they'll certainly be back doing great things without any doubt.
Coach David Garrett, 107.7 The Franchise. Would you talk about forcing the turnovers for Durant and Westbrook tonight? They had 14 between them. They scored well, but would you talk about your defense on them from the field goal shooting? I
think in the second half, we were really what we call really active. Whatever defense you're in is fine, but you got to be active in that defense, trying to get deflections, crowding lanes, making a play when you feel it. Covering for a teammate who makes a play and is out of position possibly. And I thought we did that really well and created crowds for them. And it helped us in that regard.
Greg, over here. In the overtime period, was it the plan to go into Tim, or did that just happen in the course of the game?
No, it was an odd sort of thing because Manu, played point about a year ago. So we had to kind of improvise along the way. So we ran some things for Manu, some things for Boris, and some things for Timmy, just to change it up and try to take advantage of what they were doing defensively. And, a lot of guys played well. Timmy came through when we went to him. Manu came through. We ran a few plays for him. Boris was fantastic, all night long. He was really good at both ends of the court. Corey Joseph came in, in Tony's absence and did a great job in the third quarter for us. That was a big change for them, for Corey to be starting in Game 6 without Tony in the second half, and I thought he handled it superbly.
Coach John Herrick, CTV Sports in Enid. Kawhi Leonard, you've praised a lot. You said he could be the future face of the Spurs franchise. He had 17 points, 11 rebounds, played some great defense, got a key block late. What are some of the personality traits, characteristics about him that make him special?
Well, first of all, his body is pretty amazing. His length. I mean, if you just look at his shoulders, you can see how he's built. But his length, his hands. He's got quick enough feet, and he's learning how to use them. That's the start. After that, he's got a work ethic that's second to none. He's a before and after practice kind of guy. He's a sponge. I literally have to get him out of the gym. So, those two factors are huge. And thirdly, he's gaining confidence. He's starting to feel his oats a little bit and is starting to figure out that he's a hell of a player. He was more of an inside guy in college for those 2 years, and now we're making him a perimeter guy. So he's really just starting to feel what that's all about. And that's why I say, he's probably the future of the Spurs, partially because everybody else is older than dirt. And he's got somebody younger's got to take over eventually.
Pop on your left. From what you know, will the 4 days off be enough time for Tony Parker's ankle to be ready for Game 1?
I have no idea. I don't know what the deal is. He came to me about 8 minutes on the clock and said he couldn't go. He couldn't cut. He was limping on it. He couldn't cut sideways or forward, really. He sprained it in Game 4, and he aggravated it in Game 5, and we didn't make a big deal out of it, but I guess it caught up with him. So we talked a lot. I didn't want him to be a hero because if he was 50% or less, we thought, That's probably bad for the team if you think about it, but it was a tough decision to try to figure out whether to play him, and if you lose the game and it affects him for Monday night, then you're going to feel like you made an unwise choice. So we went back and forth, and through the national anthem and all that time, he tried to get warmer and warmer, and he tried it in the first half, and it wasn't doing very well, but the 19 minutes he gave us were huge because we couldn't have gone the whole game without him, I don't think. So he showed a lot of guts to be out there and do what he did. But at halftime, I talked to him. He stiffened up a little bit, and I just made the call. He wanted to go, and I said, "You're not." I just told him he's got to sit.
If it were Game 7, or if you were the team facing elimination tonight, would you have maybe tried a little harder or seen if he could have gone a few minutes?
I don't deal in maybe or whatever. I have enough trouble with reality.
Hey, Pop, you talked about how good your defense was, but you guys scored 37 in the third quarter. Can you talk about what you did against their defense? And then an unrelated second question. You had a little exchange with Durant and Westbrook as they left the game. Can you just talk about that?
Well, we did score in the third quarter, and that's part of the deal. I thought in the first half we didn't share the ball. We had 6 assists at half. But in the third quarter, I thought we had a better pace, better ball movement, better body movement, and that sort of thing. And Corey was very aggressive. Kawhi Leonard was really tough, and we just had guys played well during that period. As far as Russell and Kevin are concerned, they're class acts. I mean, they know how to lose and they know how to win. And I say that in a complimentary way. A lot of people lose and can't handle it. But they were class acts. Of course they're feeling badly. We've been where they are before. We've all won and lost, but they handled it with class.
Greg, what did you see on that final bucket by Tim? It looked like Russell Westbrook made not one but 2 swipes at the ball, sort of like that. What did you see on that play? That last basket by Tim?
I have no idea. I probably didn't even see it. I don't know.
Coach, what did you tell your team after this win, heading back to your second NBA Finals? I mean, I know it's not about winning the Western Conference, about winning the title, but what did you tell them afterwards?
I just keep those things to, that's our stuff. I don't really like to talk about what I say to my team.
Coach Kevin Kosminski, News9.com. You guys are well known around the league as one of the best ball movement teams in the league, making the extra pass. You have guys out there that'll give up an open shot to give it to somebody else for a better shot. Where does that start? Is it a system thing? Is it an unselfishness thing with the guys you bring in? I mean, where does that, it seems like you're one of the only teams that can do it.
Well, I mean, that's an exaggeration. There are a lot of, every coach in the league is trying to get his guys to go good to great and hit the open man, so that's nothing unique with us. I happen to be fortunate enough to have some players that are built that way. Boris Diaw and Manu Ginobili are very unselfish. They're great passers. Timmy's an unselfish player. Kawhi Leonard's learning about it. Tony Parker's been playing for a long time, and they are intelligent enough to see the wisdom in that, and so they focus on it and try to be consistent with it. Some teams do it once in a while, but if you can be consistent and do it, more than the other guys, it works out for you.
Coach, Tim said that
where are you?
I'm over here in the back. 4 more wins, and he said, I think we'll do it this time. What is different about your team than it was a year ago in the finals?
I think we're a little bit deeper off the bench. I think our bench play is better than it was last year. Kawhi Leonard's matured a bit. And I think, our guys, they actually grew from the loss last year. I call it fortitude. I think they showed an unbelievable amount of fortitude, if I can compliment my own team, humbly, to have that tough loss, especially the Game 6, and not have a pity party, and come back this year and get back to the same position. I think that's fortitude. And I'm really proud of them and even happier for them.
Tim, David Garrett, 107.7 The Franchise. So much have been made about the mystery of these teams blowing the other one out on the home floor. So since that didn't happen tonight, could you put your finger on a few of the key factors that got that turned around for the Spurs?
It's the whole series about adjustments, and we did exactly that. We came down here and they played well. They changed some things. They got Serge back. They defensively they were better. We went back home, made some adjustments, and won that game. And knew we had a game plan that could give us a chance to win. We weren't worried about the scores in the previous games. We were worried about tonight and what would happen tonight. And as I said, we thought we had a game plan that could work.
Hey, Tim, can you talk about what you guys did against their defense, especially in the second half? 37 points in the third quarter, then obviously some clutch baskets in overtime, just making the plays to win the game.
You know, we made some shots. That was kind of the difference for us. We missed a lot of threes tonight. Our shooters got pretty decent looks, but we just missed some shots. And early on, that really made a difference. I think that third quarter is what changed for us. Our shooters started making some shots. That loosened them up a little bit. Then we were able to drive the ball and get into the middle there. Through that stretch where they got back in the game, the exact same thing happened. We got some open looks. They made some turnovers, turned them to points. And they got back in the game. So that was the difference in the game. We got our guys some shots. If they knock them out, we take control.
Tim, can you walk us through that final basket you made in that overtime when you found that you had a small on you, and then Russell Westbrook running around trying to swipe at the ball the way he was?
Yeah. We knew they were switching just about everything. Manu did a great job kind of coming off and took his time, got me the ball. And by the time I turned, I saw him coming, but I was already in the middle of my shot. So just trying to get up as much as I can and finally got a roll.
Tim, Bob Barry, K4, the NBC in Oklahoma City, and the Sports Animal Thunder Radio. Talk about the finals this year, your team prepared for the finals this year versus last year. Are you in better shape going into this series as a team versus the Heat?
We were ready last year too. People keep talking about it like we weren't close to winning it. We were ready last year. We just couldn't get over that hump. We're happy to be back here this year. We're happy to have another opportunity at it. We're happy for that it's the Heat again. We'll be ready for them. We've got some experience, obviously, from last year against them, and we'll go back and look at some film, and we've got that bad taste in our mouth still. So hopefully we'll be ready to take it this time.
Tim, how much of a factor was it that you guys had a seventh game if you had to go back? It seemed like you guys were playing freer and looser there. They had all the pressure in the world down the stretch.
Well, you're in a closeout game, so all the pressure is on the team that's being closed out. But we didn't take it lightly. We weren't playing free. We weren't relying on a seventh game. We wanted to finish it here. So we were playing with as much pressure as they were. They were ups and downs and back and forth. They went up 10, we went up 10. So the game went back and forth. I don't think anybody was playing with that much pressure on their shoulders, but just found enough plays to win down the stretch.
Tim Pop said he was proud of this team's fortitude after the finals last year. As a team captain, what makes you proudest of this group?
We just we had a weird year this year. We were pressing hard early on and grinding on each other just because of what happened last year. We're able to settle ourselves down. We played with a bunch of different lineups all year long. We had guys ready to play, and it's shown throughout these playoffs where guys just step in and are ready to play. I'm proud of the team for just being ready, just not letting that weigh on us and using it as an excuse for anything. We're back here now, and we want to get it done this time.
Tim, Kevin Kosminski, News9.com. Talking with Pop earlier a little bit about your guys' ball movement. It's so efficient. Sometimes you give up an open look to get an even better look. You had 5 guys off your bench score. The Thunder only had 5 guys total score. The Thunder sort of struggles sometimes with isolation ball and getting the ball stuck. What do you all do so well that allows you to get everybody involved, everybody open all the time? And it seems like the offense is a well-oiled machine.
Well, it's Pop's game plan. It's Pop's game plan, and it's us buying into the fact that everybody's going to be unselfish. We'll get as many shots as we need to. We don't need to force shots. You share the ball, somebody's going to share it with you. So we move the ball, and on top of that, we have trust in the guys that we have out there, trust in the type of shooters we have out there. We want to get them as many looks as possible. And on the flip side, those guys are going to find us underneath the rim if that be the case. So just being unselfish, trusting each other, and that's been built over the last couple of seasons, and it's worked for us.
Tim, John Herrick, CTV Sports in Enid. Obviously, you guys had a whole bunch of bench players step up, but Boris Diaw in particular, 26 points from him, with Serge coming back and him being a boost for the Thunder in the post. What was it like to have help with you in the post with Diaw scoring so much?
Boris was amazing. He had an unbelievable game. He's had a great series all around. He's played well, and he's found a way to be effective when they went small against their small guys in the post. He's attacked Serge real well the entire series, shot the ball well, trying to pull Serge away from the basket. He made plays all around, and I think he just got into a comfort zone where he knew where shots were coming from. He knew how he could attack these guys, and he did exactly that tonight. He made some shots, made some big ones for us, and really carried us tonight.
Hey, Tim, back in October in training camp, I know Pop showed you guys film from Game 7 and 6 in Miami. In your mind, what was the point he was trying to convey to you guys with that film session?
We're just trying to put it away. Or just get over that part of it, learn from it, and move forward from there.
Tim, in the overtime period, did you feel anything that you wanted to lead this team to a victory and not even think about a Game 7?
I just wanted to do something to help the team. I felt like I let us down in that end of that fourth quarter. I had a layup there that I missed that could have put us up 4 or 5, whatever it was. I just wanted to make a play, and honestly, after making a basket, I just got a little confidence and just kind of went back to it again. Lucky to get a couple foul calls and a couple shots to go.
Manu, they were playing pretty good. Sorry, over here. They were playing pretty good defense on you guys in the first half. 20 points, 22 points. Then you guys explode for the 37 in the third, and obviously great offense too in the overtime. What were you guys seeing to be able to turn the tide there?
We needed to bring more pace and energy to our offense. We were a little flat during the first half. So when we play like that against a team that is faster, stronger, and longer than us, everything gets more complicated and our shots are contested. So we really wanted to move the ball faster, make them guard us. And I think we did a very good job in the third quarter. The ball moved very sharply, and we made big shots. And we scored 37 in that quarter. That was huge to turn things up and get us going.
Dean Blevins, News 9. There'll be a lot of speculation about the Thunder because they didn't reach their goals. What is your take of this this Thunder team right now? How would you describe them?
They are a pretty good team. They have so much talent, so much athleticism, so much future too. I think they struggled in the first 2 games. Without Ibaka, they needed time to adjust because they played with him all season. And it's a big part of what they do defensively, especially. And offensively, making those jumpers, you got to really respect them. So, they started down 0-2, and it's always hard to come back. They were very close, but I gotta give them credit, man. They are a tough team. I'm so proud of our team to have beaten them here. It's very hard to do in a playoff game with the talent they have and the crowd. It was a tough accomplishment, and we did it. But I think they are fantastic.
Manu, Tim said going into overtime that he wanted to come in and do something to help the team. He had 7 straight points. Can you just talk about the focus you saw from him in the overtime? He played 39 minutes tonight.
Yeah, I really don't know how he does it. This postseason happened a few times to play 39, 40 minutes. And it's not easy because he's getting bumped all the time, and he got to guard pick and rolls, but he keeps doing it. And that he might be struggling one game or missing a few shots, but he's there, and the opponents got to respect them, and he's always going to be ready and a solution down the stretch. And today we were pretty tired in overtime. They were very physical, and it's always hard to score against them. And we just started to give him the ball, and he gave a solution. So, as always, outstanding.
Did Tony not look right to you at all? And when did you know that he wasn't going to play in the second half? And what did you think about Corey stepping in?
3 minutes before the game, Pop came to me and told me to be ready in case I had to play point. I look at him like saying, why? Because Tony might not play 3 minutes before the game. I didn't even know. He didn't tell me in shoot around that he was sore. So it's a tough one. You know how important Tony is for us. He tried. He gave it a try in the first half, but he wasn't what we needed him to be to attack them. Just with being there is not enough. You got to be there, be physical, be athletic, attack, push it, and he wasn't ready to do it. So Pop, pulled the plug on him. He said that he was not ready, and it was true. So it was tough getting into the third quarter down 7 without him, but we're going to do our best, and we knew that we needed movement, and I think we did that very well.
What do you think about Corey?
Corey was very good. I mean, it's hard to play when you don't have many opportunities to play on close games and stuff, but he did it very well in game 3 and 4 here, even though the difference was big. But he always brings the juice, aggressiveness, competitiveness. He attacks the ring well. I think he made a few key plays. But again, and that's very hard to do when you don't play consistently. So a lot of credit to Corey for his minutes.
And for all the Spurs' success over the years, you hadn't been to back-to-back finals. What is that achievement for the first time into you?
It's true. I think in all, this is my 12th season. I truly believe every season that we had a shot at winning the championship. That's the great thing of playing a franchise like this with the teammates I'm playing with. But going to the finals twice in a row is very hard to accomplish, and especially because you guys can see the amount of talent we're facing every time. Dallas, we went to a game 7. Portland is a tough team, very talented, very athletic, and we don't even have to talk about them. So going back to the finals is a huge accomplishment. Of course, we are here and we want to go all the way. We want to win 4 more games. But I'm very proud of what we accomplished today.